It's time for another wrestling games roundup, keeping you guys up to date on everything. We got some really positive news regarding WWE 2K23 and how that could mean that future games could be even better. New details in regards to the AEW game and the latest news for WWE 2K23 as it has been confirmed and what could be its release date. Make sure to hit those notifications and let's get into it. So this week is kicking off with some really good news in regards to WWE 2K23, which is a big positive for future games, and I'll tell you guys why. So recently, Take-Two Interactive reported their results for the first fiscal quarter of 2023, and they had a lot of positive things to say about WWE 2K22. It was indicated that the game contributed to Take-Two's 41% increase in net bookings compared to previous years. Net bookings are defined as the net amount of products and service sold digitally or sold in physically during the period, and includes licensing fees, merchandise, in-game advertising, strategy guides, and publisher incentives. Take-Two net bookings were up to $1 billion as opposed to $711 million. So what does all of this mean? It basically means that, of course, WWE 2K22 sold extremely well and is making a huge amount of profit for Take-Two, which I'm hoping that this means that the budget for future WWE 2K games continues to increase. This has to be a huge indication to them that investing even more in the wrestling game is worth it. Really hoping that this translates to all of that. We know that 2K games put a lot of stock in the NBA games every single year, and that is because it makes them money, with WWE 2K22 selling better than any other wrestling game they had and literally giving them that 41% increase. Fingers crossed that this means 2K got a bigger budget for 2K23, which is good news for us because that means that we could potentially be getting an even better game. There was more details revealed in the conference call in regards to WWE 2K23, so we will talk about that in a bit. Before that, there's a couple of things to talk about the AEW Fight Forever video game. As we know, on August 12th at the THQ Nordic's showcase, that is when we are going to be getting and hearing more about the AEW game. Since the game is already up for pre-order, I am expecting a release date on that date. Until then, Fightful did reveal some extra information indicating that nobody in AEW even knew what the cover looked like until it actually leaked. The cover athletes didn't know they were on the game's cover, and this is because THQ Nordic designed the cover art itself, not AEW. In regards to the roster, Fightful indicated that many of the talent who arrive in AEW early in the year will not be expected to make the cut for the game. So don't be surprised if we don't see many names like Keith Lee, Athena, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and so on in the game, especially on the first initial release of the game. In regards to the mini games, we already saw 3 of them. Fightful ended up revealing that there will be a 4th one centered around the King of Sloth style, Orange Cassidy. They also indicated that the story/career mode for the game was reportedly not going to be like other wrestling games' career mode, being described as much different than anything before it, which this we basically discussed last week, as the description for career mode indicated some interesting things. From the website, it indicates that AEW Fight Forever Deep Career Mode highlights the fun and personality of all elite wrestlers live on the road. Players can create and develop their own wrestler who joins the AEW roster and appears in matches and stories over an event schedule. And then this is where it gets interesting. Points are earned by winning matches and fulfilling certain objectives, which can then be used to enhance their wrestler stats. From reading this, I'm getting big vibes that the power ranking that AEW uses is going to be a prominent feature in the game. So that is all the latest on the AEW game. As I mentioned, on August 12th, THQ Nordic will be having a showcase. I'll keep you guys posted on the release date and anything else that gets revealed. Back to WWE 2K, but WWE 2K23 news. During the Take-Two Interactive earnings call, WWE 2K23 was officially confirmed and listed among Take-Two's future releases with a date in the physical 2023 year. Physical year is not just a regular year, works a little bit different. What's important to take in mind is that the publisher's 2023 physical year ends on March 31st of 2023, which means that WWE 2K23 is going to be coming out before that date. Since that fiscal year ends on March 31st, that is literally one day before the beginning of WrestleMania 39. So this more or less let us know that WWE 2K23 is going to be coming out during WrestleMania season once again, which is great. That is when most people are watching WWE, and with 2K22 selling so well during this period, there's no reason for them to change that release window. 2K22 ended up releasing on the second week of March, basically 2 to 3 weeks before WrestleMania, so it's fair to speculate that WWE 2K23 could be releasing in the middle of March of 2023. So that is all the latest for this wrestling games and news roundup. Let me know if you're excited for the AEW game and WWE 2K23 potentially releasing during WrestleMania season again. Check out any of my recent videos and stay savage.